Hello, everybody. It's your boy, is Red. I'm here. Hello. I am here after taking just a couple of days off. It's felt like a long time after having done it almost every day, but we're here. I'm back. Greenmole's gonna make me take a drink right away. We got Tablet Genius, Pyro, and Junie also here. Hello. It has been a weird 3 days. I am very tired. I've done a lot of work in the past 3 days. I don't know why the honk command is not working for you. Do you not have points for some reason? Let me try honk. Let's see if honk works for me. Doesn't work for me either. We break honk? Your sword has been taken away. Your sword was taken away? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. I'm gonna have to look into that. Hello everybody. What is a sword? Oh, you're unmodded. That's weird. Let me check into that. Alright. There's too many things to keep track of. I like redid my whole system. I messed up stuff apparently. We'll get back to it. We'll figure all that out. Let me go ahead and check the honk first. I'm gonna throw on some music and we're gonna look at some honking. Because it's a honk time. So, there we go. No commands are working? Have I ruined my own system? Why are no commands working? What happened? Why is everything broken? Everything's broke. I don't get it. I don't get what has happened. Everything looks fine. Oh, maybe while things were being unmodded. Okay. Already a mod of this channel. Okay. Everything's broken. I don't know what's going on. Cool. It's gonna be a stream today. I'll tell you that. What on earth is going on today? Alright, you know what? I'm not worried about it. Yeah, the slots don't work, nothing works. One moment. Okay. So, I don't know what I can show you on this screen, but I will show you what I'm looking at. Check it out. Okay, so we're here. The bot has to be active or it doesn't work. Bot's here. Is he in chat? Bot's not in chat. He got mad because I took a couple of days off. The bot's not in chat. Is Streamlabs down? There's no way to restart the bot. I guess I could do this. Please don't delete everything. That would ruin me. I don't see it. Let's see here. Let's go. Is Streamlabs offline? That's not what I wanted. Get the bot iChat. No current problems. Let me check one more time. If not, we're just moving on. Something weird happened. Let's try one more. Oh. There's a weird question mark right at the beginning. What is that about? Okay, things are weird. Let's look at Borb. Yeah, there's no question mark. Why is that question mark there? Okay, we fixed it. Somehow. Weird. Okay, well, it's fixed. Sure. There we go. There's the bot. The bot's back. Okay. Oh, the honk's on a cooldown, by the way. That one makes sense. Alright, that was weird. He is woken. He has been awoke. Alright. Alright, we're back. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Oh, everyone's pleased as punch. Everyone's pleased. Hello. So, as you'll see, I have redone some things. Yeah, you know how it goes. I've redone some things. Blender now looks crazy. We're experimenting with this style. Oh, no. Oh, no. So, here's the style. Let's do this thing. Oh, no. I'm gonna have to put a cooldown on that. Alright. So I have myself the bear trap from the other day. I'm in love with this bear trap. I'm out. New style looks good. Thank you. I think it's clean. There's some weird transparency issues that I'm working through. In an absolute worst case scenario, I have the old version saved. So we can always go back if we need to go back. So if anything bad happens, I can always just retreat back to the previous. No, Pyro's out of channel points. Is what Pyro is saying. Pyro's out of them old channel points. Also, we have a rebrand of channel points, but let's not think about that right now, because there's going to be a very slight change later. Okay, that doesn't want to work. Okay, so the goal today is to make ourselves a little piece of land. Oh no. We're starting crazy today. We're just nuts today, aren't we? We're starting nuts today. So, as a little bit of background information, I'm going to do the squats. Give me one moment. As a bit of background information, I told T this morning that I hurt myself working out and doing squats is hard right now. And this is what I get for it. I played Blade and Sorcery last night, and new randomly generated dungeons are awesome. That's cool. What is Blade and Sorcery? Is that the VR one? Pyro, I didn't even know you streamed. I'm sorry about that. Let's do squats. I am buff right now. Yeah, I've seen that. I have been working out. I am buff as can be. My thighs are very sore. My thighs are sore. I'm going to give myself a massage here on stream. Ooh. My streams were boring me, so I stopped. You're going to do another one, though. Oh, these are baby. I am buff. Ooh, I'm just sore. I don't think I've ever seen a Pyro stream either. Okay. Ooh. Here we go. That'll do. That'll do, pig. Okay, So, we're back. You streamed Planescape Torment last time? I love Planescape. Planescape's awesome. Planescape and Tyranny. 2 games in the same thing. What is your microphone and microphone holder? It is a blue ember with the stock, maybe a Amazon stock shock mount. And I liked the pop filter that came with the stock more than I liked the blue ember one, or vice versa. So I duct taped it on because I broke it. So I have a duct taped little bit here. So if you see that little white, that right there, that's duct tape keeping my mic together because I'm a behemoth of a man. Which is great. Which is kind of what I'm known for. Okay, let's apply some scale. Let's go down to sculpt. We're going to go ahead and make barrel really happy. We're going to turn on Dynatopo with constant detail. And the constant detail needs to be like 50, I want to say. What just happened? Why did it break? What's happening? That's nothing. Why is it breaking? Okay, I think I broke Blender. I don't know why it broke. We'll go ahead and bring that back up. Okay, dokes. Let's go ahead and open that bad boy back up. Yeah, rest in peace, my friend. Everything is back to the way it was. Dynatopo is going to be turned back on. And I guess we will use relative. All went wrong today. You know what? That's okay with me. I'm a trooper. I've been around the block once or twice. I know how things go. Color me not worried at all. Okay, so we got to make ourselves a little bit of a river. Okay, so we're popping in a little bit of a river here. Looks a little strange, but all is well. Oh, also, everything is not the way it's supposed to be. Everything's supposed to be colored. Why didn't it do this? Huh? It's supposed to look like this. There we go. That's better. That's the way this theme is supposed to work. It's supposed to look like this. Let me up that strength quite a bit. There we go. Got a little itchy mustache. Let's get that going. And we're in. So, I don't know exactly what I'm doing. I don't like doing terrain in Blender. It's not the most efficient way to be doing terrain. But I just need to sketch something out really quickly. So, if you're making games, don't do your terrain in Blender. Is typically what I would advise people to do. Blender's not made for this. I'm sure there's people who do cool work with terrain and Blender, but like the goal really is to export this and do terrain in something that's a little bit more geared for it. Especially if you're doing like bumps, normals, efficient like topology, stuff like that. If you don't care and you just want to like shotgun something out, I suppose you could do it in Blender. But it's not the ideal, at the very least. Okay, that looks fine. That looks just fine to me. Yep, that'll do. Cool. That'll do, pig. Let's go ahead and smooth it. Make it look pretty nice. And let's throw on a plane. Get him nice and big. A little SX on over. We'll do a little bit of GY. Do a little bit of S again, and we're going to drop it down. GZ. All right. Do I like the way that looks? It's all right. How much of this are we going to see? If I put my camera like here. Kind of bad. Kind of bad looking. Kind of bad looking. Let's do a little SX. And we'll do a little bit of SX again. That's a bit of a better look. That'll do. That looks about right to me. I also have the wrong matte cap loaded. I use this guy now. Whoa, that's not what I wanted. The heck was that? That looks really wrong. Something looks very strange here. 0.3. Huh. Doesn't that look weird? That's not the way it's supposed to look. We'll go ahead and we'll do rainbow for now. It's not supposed to look like this, though. That looks a little too crazy for me. Like I said, we were going to be experimenting with stuff today. Today was going to be a weird day. And thus, it's proving its point. Okay, let's go ahead and pull out this little back section here. We'll do a little bit of global with Y. As far back as we can get them. We're going to build off that. So, now that everything is a disaster, now that everything looks really bad and really insane, let's go ahead and build a little mountainous area back here. In fact, I'm going to go one step further. We're going to bring this out, proportionate, with just a little bit of smooth so we can expand this land out. Come on. Come on, I know you want to. Nope, won't work. It's too big. Too big. Oh well, we'll deal with that later. There we go. So, all we're doing is making little hills to keep ourselves from seeing too much of the background here. And then we're going to get to the main star of the show today. That is all I am worried about, is the main star. There we go. Let's go ahead and up that strength just a little bit so we can get this nice little curve here. And if we want things to be maybe just a little bit more realistic, we can pop down little bits here. Let's really get this land looking real. So we're going to pop it down. And we're going to pop it back up. Just to make some nice little ruffles on the landscape. And then we'll make a flat bit right here, which is perfect. And we're good. We're ready to go. Cool. Get rid of all that. And we got semi-real looking land. As real as I can get it, at least. There we go. Boom. That's not half bad looking. Actually looks kind of nice. So now we will shade it smooth, make sure it looks okay. Yeah, you're perfect. You look perfect. Cool. Now we're going to grab our camera and make sure our camera is in a position that we like. So I am going to project from view. We want view, view, view lock, camera to view. Get this window out of here. Oh, okay. This is it. It's a good looking bear trap. Thank you. This was the last thing I made in October. This was the piece de resistance. Yeah, there we go. That's what I want. Thinking that's the look right there. I think that's perfect. Before we do anything, let's remove the screen lock. Let's go back to our boy. We're going to grab the whole thing and we're going to rotate him around. Why did that do it so weird? Oh, it's because it's on normals. There we go. There we go. I'm going to say that is pretty clean looking. Yeah, that's a good look. Absolutely. Absolutely. We're rocking it today. Am I being cheap by reusing my bear trap? Maybe. Maybe I am. Okay, so we got ourselves water. We got ourselves hillside is what I'm going to call it, because whatever. And let's go ahead and just give these guys a very quick little bit. So the hillside is going to get hillside as a texture. We're going to make you nice and green. I will deal with that later. That's just like a default. That's all I want to do with it. And then we're going to make ourselves some classy water. And I want to get this perfect because I have a really good idea how we're going to do this. I have an amazing idea. It just needs to be perfect. So what I want is transmission up, transmission roughness slightly up. I might change that in just a moment. We're going to take our roughness, drop it down quite a bit. We're going to have screen space reflections if we do it in cycles. We'll see if I do that. I don't know if I'm doing that yet. I'll keep specular high. Why not? Doesn't matter. And then now we're going to turn it into water. So when you think water, you think a mix RGB going into a bump. Hello? Okay, mix RGB into bump using a height. And the two bad boys that we're putting in here is a noise, which I think is the bottom one, and a wave, which I want to say is the top one. Let's go ahead and grab our wave and pop him out with a formal mapping node. And then we're going to take the noise and not use the mapping node, because the mapping node is going to do something very specific for us. Cool. We'll go ahead and scale that. I don't know what all these weird little things are that are showing up. What is that? What are these weird lines? Is that a problem with my setup? Why? What is that? Why is that there? Oh, it's these lines. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. That is unusual. So, first we got to make the water. Water is going to be high detail, low roughness, with a little bit of distortion. Maybe not that much distortion, just a little bit of distortion. There we go. We got water with some waves. Now we're going to need this guy to be high detail. Not the highest detail. Detail roughness. Why is it doing nothing? Oh, there we go. There we go. The mix is going to turn into a multiply, and I want to multiply just by a little bit of the noise so we can get just the tiniest little bit of breaking on the top, and that's the look. That's what we're going for. We're going for that lovely little break. There we go. Now we got water chugging through here. I'm not so sure about how I think about this. This looks a little too weird for me. Something's weird about it. Something just doesn't look right. Something's wrong here. Something just looks really weird. Hello, hello. How are you? I know it's a quick hi. I'm sure you're not staying to talk, but hello. Happy to have you. Okay, let's bring this guy down just a little bit. Oh. You know what? Actually, I see it. I know exactly what we want to do. The reason why it looks bad is because they're even length, and we don't want them to be even. We're going to want these guys to be popped up in a color ramp like this. Good, much better. Ready for a 3-day weekend. It's going to be a little bit of a crazy weekend for sure. What? Rainy? Is it a rainy weekend? That's kind of nice, though. I like a bit of rain. Nothing wrong with a little bit of rain. %. Got it. Okay. Nothing wrong with some rain. We'll get a little bit of grass growing. Means I have to cut my grass even more than I already am. I feel like we have to cut our grass constantly nowadays. Okay. Oh, that just reminded me. We have to do leaves now. Oh, I'm not looking forward to that. I'm going to have to do that on Sunday. Our HOA. We have an HOA, kind of. They just sort of show up randomly. But the HOA loves to, like, wait and then just be like, the leaves are out of control, and they freak out. And we have, like, 12 leaves on our lawn. Like, it's not a big deal at all. But for whatever reason, they will send you an email, and they'll be like, you have 1 week to get rid of all the leaves. And it's like, okay, I'll rake once, and we're done. Problem solved. Like, chill. Like, I get it. It's their job, whatever. I don't love HOAs. HOAs are a scam. But just, like, the urgency with which they, like, jump at you. And, you know, you need to do everything that they say or you're going to get attacked. It's like, chill. They're leaves. They're meant to fall. Like, trees produce leaves. That's the whole point. And I guess I get an HOA for, like, trying to keep, you know, property values high and stuff like that. But, like, my neighborhood is not... It's not the one. I don't live in like the neighborhood for property value. So I don't know what they're doing. If their goal is to raise the property value of the neighborhood, they're doing a pretty bad job of it. Okay, so that looks okay, I would argue. It's not my favorite looking texture. Look at everyone being sweet. Okay, so let's pop up and do some things. You have an HOA there too? How crazy are they? What do they make you do? They're all scams. Every single one of them is a scam. They got mad because I didn't cut the grass for like 4 weeks. It's odd, right? It's like, to some degree, I get it. To some degree, I get it, right? If people are being lazy or whatever, sure. But like, it's my house. Like, I don't know. I don't really get it in practice. I think it stems from a place of people being good, people trying to do the right thing, people trying to hold people accountable, whatever. But it just inevitably transforms into like just people you've never seen before telling you how to live your life. Like that's all it ever turns into, is just like really annoying people being like, you have to do this thing or I'm kicking you out. It's just weird. It's weird energy. It's the weirdest energy. Let's reverse these two, and I think we've done it. It's maybe a little bit too blue now that I'm looking at this. So I'm going to do a bit of that. And now we're going to add reflections to the bottom of this. And then we're done. That is water. The whole neighborhood is ugly and beige. Yeah, that's the part I don't like either. Like, HOAs just gentrify the world around them. Like, yeah, there's a lot of that. There's people down the road who have like a garden in front of their house. They have like a whole garden in front of their house. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. Everybody like drives past it and they're like, wow, this is the house. This is the one. And the HOA is always giving them trouble. And it's like, they're the only reason the neighborhood looks good. They're the ones keeping your neighborhood nice. They're the ones you should be thanking, not punishing. Okay, this looks weird. Why is it so strange? Okay, that actually looks kind of awesome in a weird way. Let me play with some distance and see if I can't do some crazy stuff to this. Okay, we'll say 2 is fine for the distance. I'm going to say that's it for my water. And now we got to make it run. Do we want anything else? Do I want anything else? Transmission roughness might also be good. Let's take a look at this. Please work. Please don't look terrible. Ooh, that is kind of nice looking. We got some sight lines for the water. Yeah, that's not terrible. I kind of don't like how distorted it is now that I'm seeing it. Let's do like an 8. Sure. That'll do. No, I will go 11. We'll go a little higher. And then we're going to call it there. Okay. So, now I just need to come up to here, go to 0. We're going to apply our rotation. Go to 60, and I'm going to check if I can make this work. Not that way. Not that way. Not that way. Where's my rotation? Why is it not rotating the way you want it to? Humma. Something's wrong here. I need it to rotate that way, which means if I look at this, it is scaled correctly. We could do phase offset. Oh, phase offset's the one. Okay. Phase offset it is. Let's do that. So I'm going to throw an empty. We're going to throw a little empty down in the bottom. We'll just go ahead and GZ you on down. We'll set your 0 to this. And then we'll set your 60 to this. There we go. We're going to do negative 360, and we'll set you. Okay, I'm thinking this could work. Please work, please work, please work. We're going to put another texture coordinate node in here. This one is going to grab onto our empty, which I think is empty 2. Yes, it is. And then we're going to throw you on phase offset, and I'm going to cross my fingers. And we should have running water. Why? Okay. Something's wrong. Something happened. Let's put you to 0. Why is everything bad? Why is everything terrible? Let me try negative 360. Let's try doing 2 of them at once and see what happens. If I do 2 of these bad boys and we press play. Why? Why is it doing that? Negative 360. We'll go ahead and do one of those. Nope. Okay. You know what? If ever there was something in the world that was telling me that this needs to just be a scene that isn't moving, we've hit it. We're at that moment. We're at the moment where I've been told, do not make this running water. If we do that, we might do it later. So we'll do that, and we're going to stick it to our house now. Let's actually do the main star of the show. So, back to main. Back to here. Let's do this thing. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pop on our empties. Where are they? Oh, there they are. We'll go ahead and do a little bit of GY. We'll go ahead and do a little bit of G. GY. And we just got to make a little brick house. Little baby brick house. So off the top of my head, it's very clear that what we want is a cube. You ever have one of those days where you just realize, like, you know what? This ain't it. I've had that. A lack of sleep and just feeling kind of fatigued. I'm like, you know what? I'm over it. But I'm going to push through it. We're pushing through it today. I'm not going to be a victim of my own laziness. We're doing this thing. Okay, does that show up? It does not really show up. Let's do a little bit of GX. Push that guy right there. That looks good. Cool. Okay, now we can go ahead and get rid of the hillside, get rid of the water, get rid of the bear trap. So now we are pulling this guy up as far as we can. There we go. And we bring this in just a little bit. We pop up the brick exterior and we're set. Should be as easy as this, and this, and this, and this. We should be able to just go ahead and do a little bit of that. Okay, and we're gonna go like this, and push it all the way down. We're gonna go ahead and clamp. Whoops, not what I wanted. Let's go ahead and clamp that, although I should apply scale first. Now we go ahead and clamp it. That's not bad. That's not bad. Maybe that's a little too much now that I'm looking at it. Might not be necessary to do all that. Come on. There we go. We'll say 1.5. Why not? Okay, now everything looks good there. We're going to go ahead and add a little bit of texture normal to this to make sure we get it nice and straight. There are some weird lines here, but I think that's just the way that I have my settings here, so we're not going to stress that. Do I have to make stones? I might have to make stones. We'll see. It's going to be one of the last things I do is what I'm going to do. Okay, so the new Animal Crossing update has come out, and I'm kind of obsessed with like the way that you can design your house. So I'm thinking I want to make a stacked sloping house. How am I going to do that is with an edit. We're going to make it big. We're going to grab the whole thing and extrude it out. We can grab this whole thing and bevel it down. What am I doing? What are we actually doing here? We want to grab this and bring it down just a little bit. And we want to take this guy and bring him in quite a bit. And then we want to sculpt it. I don't know why we get all these weird tethering lines. I got to figure out what that is, because that didn't exist in the old style. We didn't have that last time. There wasn't weird bits of tethering every time we made an edit on things. So I got to figure out why we have that. There we go. Okay, perfect. So we're gonna go 1, 2. We're gonna pull all of this out. There we go. That'll work. Oh, look at that beauty. Yeah, that's the stuff right there. Let's do that a few times. So we're going to bring you out by 2. 2 it is. Let's do the same thing to you. Hey, what's up, Beryl? How you doing? Beryl, how you been? I haven't heard from you in a hot minute. What you been up to? I hope you're still making art. I assume you are, knowing you. Doing okay? I am very sleep deprived. What else is new? But I'm feeling not bad. I can't complain too much. I have a very legitimate reason for being sleep deprived today, unlike all of the other times, but doesn't mean that it's a good thing or anything like that. All right, boom. Now, all we gotta do is come in here and dissolve edges to make those like little roof markers, and we're set, ready to go. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that looks not bad. That to me is an okay looking roof. It's a little fantasy, which I'm into. I am, though school gives me plenty of work. Speaking of sleep deprivation, I am running on 4 hours of sleep today. Why are you doing that? Why are you sleeping so little? Why are you not taking care of yourself? I have a reason. The reason I didn't sleep super well, I have to train at work now. What does that mean? You got a promotion, you're now a trainer? I'm assuming it's a promotion with no pay bonus. We got a lot of those at my last job. All right. Oh, maybe you're just doing training right now. I understand. Okay, that looks all right. I'm gonna say that's not terrible looking. This bottom one looks a little weird. The rest of them look good. The bottom one looks strange. I don't know why the bottom one looks so weird. They all have the exact same settings as far as I'm aware. We'll keep it like that though. This is fine. This'll do. I'll throw a little window or something on there, but otherwise we're good to go. So let's make a wheel. So when I think of a wheel, we need 1, 2, count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12. We're doing a 12 cylinder. Cylinder of 12. Push it on its side. Get them small. There we go. There's our wheel. I'm going to try my best to get it directly in the center of this guy, which I probably could do with a wireframe. In fact, let's actually do it with a wireframe. I can do this perfect. I know I can. We're going to throw a cut right down the middle. Now I go to you, and we're just going to correct on that cut. Okay, so now the goal is to pull in the water and say, how tall is the water? Oh, that's great looking. That's perfect. That's about as good as I can expect. Where's the hillside? We're going to be cutting it close. I might need to redo the hillside just a little bit. GY. There we go. We'll just come into the river a little bit. Doesn't matter. In fact, I'll go a little bit further into the river. Why not? Just so we can have that not accidental thing. School started today at 7 a.m. To get there in time, I need to get there at 5 a.m. Yesterday, I was in the zone. Suddenly, it was 1 a.m. I get that. Could not understand more, actually. It's been a zone kind of mood lately. Fully understand. Okay. That is our wheel. Let's actually push him in a little bit. It doesn't need to be that far out. There he is. And now, these wheels always have this guy on their end. So I gotta make that part. But otherwise, we're going. We're cruising. Do I want to put this little guy on here? I think I do. Do I want to put like a little barrel on the end of this? For our friend Barrel in chat. Yeah, we'll put a barrel on it. Why not? It ain't gonna hurt. So, first off, let me grab myself a cube. I'm going to place it in the exact same spot. A barrel for barrel. You know how it goes. So, X, Y, Z. X is really the only one we care about. Everything else is honestly, who cares? GY. Let's go ahead and GY just a little bit more and a little bit of SZ. Oh, that is classy. You know what? It actually should be SY. It should be pretty shallow. There's no reason that you would make this big because you're trying to cut the water. Your whole job with this thing is to cut the water as close to the grain as you can get it. So I'm going to say that that's fine as is. Now, this guy has a little dome on top. Why? What is the point of the dome? I don't know. I don't know why it would have a dome on it. I think realistically we might want to grab 2 of these bad boys and give them a little bit of a bevy. And throw those segments up. No, that's too much. 12 is perfectly fine. Yeah, that'll do. That's perfectly fine. Then we'll grab the whole thing and we'll merge by distance. And then we're going to grab you and pop on the back of you. Wow, that is ugly looking. Let's go ahead and just get rid of those 2. We're going to go ahead and do a little bit of eye. I got to change those red. That's not the way that's supposed to look. So we messed something up. There we go. We have a little guy popping out the end of him, and then we're going to throw some barrels on there. So let's do that. Let's do some scale. We'll do a little bit of GY to bring it in. And then I'm going to do some cuts on here. Extrude in. Oh, this will work. This is going to work. This is going to look really good. Okay, there's that. And now we do a bevel of 1. We're missing something. Something's wrong here. Something's weird. What's weird about this? What's happening? Why are you weird? What are you doing? Why is the distance between these 2 not equal to the distance between these 2? Doesn't make any sense to me. Am I delusional? What's happening? Why is this distance bigger than this distance? What am I missing? What? How's that possible? Okay, I messed something up. For sure I messed something up. Let's go back to this bad boy. Let's bring them all the way up to right where we want it. And then we'll do 2. And they're equidistant. That doesn't make any sense. That's so weird. All right, you know what? I can just do it manually. Actually looks pretty good. Screw it. You know what? Screw it. I don't want to do it. It's too weird for me. I don't want to do it that way. Instead, I would rather go ahead and shade smooth. Throw some auto normal on here to really get those normals looking crazy. That looks good. And then we're going to go ahead and make ourselves a little bit of a barrel. So, 36. Oops, I messed up. We done goofed it. We're going to do it again. 36. Now, it should be easy enough to just plug in our X value again. This time we'll need the Y for sure, or the Z at least. We'll G you back onto this guy. Make you big. Squish you down. That looks crazy. Why does it look so nuts? Okay, there we go. Better. We'll do a little SY, make you big. And then we're going to go into edit, and we're going to put just a little tiny bevel on the end of this guy. Just a tiny one. There we go. And now we can push you all the way back to where we like it. Put an array on you. There we go. An array of 2.4 and 3. Now I'm going to take the first one and just scooch him down a little bit. There we go. That'll do. Not bad. Now we have to build a wheel out of this. We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. Okay, chill. You got this. It's important to relax every now and again. We're going to decide how big we want the wheel. We're going to pull it out, and then we're going to go from there. We're going to do the exact same auto smoothing that we always do. We're going to grab these guys and pull them forward a little bit, because now I'm seeing how much of a wheel we're going to need on this. And now we'll just do it. So, wheel are big giant planks that come forward, and they actually have a bit of a weird look to them on the inside there. Do we care about that? I don't think we care. I don't know why these don't have it and those do have it. Oh, they do on the inside. That's weird. What is the point of this? What does that do? You're sitting here, right? And you're designing a water wheel. And you think to yourself, I'm going to add this. Only on one side. Not the outside. Only the inside. Why? Maybe there's like a hole in here that they sealed with like wood glue or whatever, and that's how they wedge it in? And so if you were going to like try and fix this thing, you would have to pull that part out and then it just freely opens? I don't know why you would put these here. Those seem weird. Okay, we'll think about that later. Let's get into this part first. So, first things first, you're going to want to grab this, find roughly the center of where we're looking. GG to maybe there. Then we're going to bevel it. And we're going to GG that to somewhere we like. That's going to be cutting it pretty close, honestly. Let's do a little SY. GGU on over. There we go. That'll do. Is that just going to connect them? No, it's not. And we make planks. Make sure the planks don't overlap. They don't touch at all. So I think we are good to go. And the planks go a little bit further than the water wheel itself. So I think we're done. I think we're on cruise control. GG that back. Whoa, hello. Let's do a little bit of GY. How far do we have? We have until this guy right here. Am I crazy? Sure, why not? Okay, now we got to make the actual wheel part. So these guys pop out. Oh, man. I have the best idea. I know exactly how we're going to do this. I'm going to do this in like 2 steps. Okay, first things first. Let's pop these guys out. Let's go however long we want this guy to be. I'm going to put the hillside on. We're going to go straight down. As far down as we can go. Whoops. Honestly, that is perfect. Let's repeat. Now, I know there's normally a little bit of space in between each one, and I probably should do that. But I don't care. It's going to look just fine in the... we could use with as little geometry as possible, given how crazy this thing is going to be. So, I'm going to keep this. This should be no problem at all. Look at that. Gorgeous. Look at this beautiful baby. She's hitting the hillside just a little bit, which, whoops, but it'll be underwater, so technically I don't care. If I were going to edit this a little bit, I'd rather edit the hillside than the wheel, because it's not a great little bit of water here. So if this gets used in a project later, the hillside's changing, not the wheel. The wheel's perfect, as is. Okay. So, now the job should be pretty easy. We're going to go ahead and make a cylinder as crazy as we can get it. I'm thinking maybe a 64. Maybe even more than a 64. I'm gonna do an 86. No, don't do that. That's way too much geometry. Okay. We'll go ahead and remove the hillside. We'll go ahead and put you out in the position we like you. Which is like 17 something? Yeah, you. Let's do it. We're gonna go a little bit of GY. Get you right in the middle of this, which honestly, I'm going to do the exact same thing I did last time to guarantee that I have the right results. We should name things, by the way. Let's call you water wheel holder. You're going to be water wheel spokes. Sure. It's going to be called water wheel bracing. These are terrible names. Don't name things the way I'm naming things. This is going to be called mill. What is this? Hey, it's you. You'll be called water wheel. And I'm going to call it wheel twice because why not? Da, na, 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 na. Okay, so we're going to go Z. We're going to go into this view, and we're going to find our direct center and push them in there. A little bit of GY. Let's go ahead and throw them right in there. Look at that. Beautiful. Perfectly in there. And now we just go S until we get them to where we like them, and then we go SY. Oh, that is clean. Now, how much extra do we want? Not a lot. I think we're set. I think we did it first try. Okay, so it's pretty thick. Pretty thick. So we'll bring you in like that. That'll be you. Bridge. That is it. Look at her. She is beauty. She is grace. Man, I love the way she looks. She looks so good. Yeah, that is a water wheel. Thank you for the save. Very, very appreciated. Let's grab the whole thing and do a little bit of SY. Now, these guys have a little tiny amount of a bevel to them, but it's pretty straight at the bottom, so I think I don't care. We're not going to fuss on that detail. I want to embrace a little bit more of a hard, maybe even a slightly low poly art style. I've been saying that for a while, and then October we took a break from it. But now that we're here, and I have the ability to actually think for once, let's embrace a better art style. Let's really embrace an art style. I think that's in our best interest. So, there's a hard way to do this and an easy way to do this. I think I'm going to do the easy way. Let's do the easy way. Here we go. First things first, we're going to go ahead and grab you, put a bevel on you. I don't really understand how thick this is supposed to be. Oh, it's pretty thick. Let's do a Z. Let's look at the... Oh, I don't like that. Oh, I don't love the way this is looking. Where is our wood plank? It's you, right? You're the wood plank? Yeah, it must be. I believe that's it. Okay, so let's go SY and find that border. Thinking that's it. So we did a goof. We did a big goof on this thing, is what we just did. Because I was supposed to do two of them at once, and I didn't think about that. So we're going to do it again. So we're going to want to do a little bit of SY, bring it up to the point that we like it. And then we're going to say, Bob's your uncle. Bridge that face. Why didn't that work? Okay, we'll just delete those faces. Sure, why not? We'll go ahead and do a little bit of this, a little bit of this, and we will do a grid fill and hope it works. It doesn't work. I think I only have to fix one of them manually, and then it'll work. Now it should work, right? We do a grid fill. Hello? Hello? Hey, we're done. Okay. So now we have the wheel. You just got to nail the ending. You just got to nail the ending. That's all there is to it. Just got to nail that ending. And we got to get the rotation right. So really think. Really use that brain. I don't really understand how this connects with these little guys here. It feels like it would just hit them, but I guess it doesn't care. Okay, so here's what we're up to. We're going to grab this. We're going to rotate both of these in a direction that we like. So we need the water to channel this way. Because we're not using a top-down, we're using the regular orientation. So I believe that's good. Wait. We done goofed it, is what we did. I keep forgetting that there's two sides to a coin. There we go. We'll go ahead and fill all of that. And now we're looking golden. Ba-da-ma, ba-ba-bum. All right. Moment of truth. Moment of truth. Can I do this efficiently? Can I be efficient? Maybe a mirror modifier is the way to go right now. I'm going to try not. We're going to try to do this. We're going to try to do this just once. Oh, it worked on one of them, but it doesn't work on that one. Why is it not working on that one? Weird. It's time to spin the wheel. The wheel of kinks. Rattling noise. What's the wheel of kinks? What kind of kinks we got out there? Every third, I think, is not bad. Yeah, let's do this. Rattling stops. Yeah, it's kind of what I expected to happen. We got engineering kink. I feel like this is right up your alley, Pyro. Don't you love this kind of stuff? Someone wants to spin? All right, who's spinning the wheel of kinks? Not everybody rush to the front, okay? Let's all not attack each other to get a spot in line, okay? I'm gonna say that's not terrible looking. If we add a mirror modifier, it's time to spin to win. This is it. This is it. We're here. I gotta change these reds. The reds look bad, but otherwise we are set. Like in LOL? Spin to win like in LOL? What does that mean? Is this a League of Legends reference I don't understand? Bum, bada bum. Garen is spin to win? Way over my head. The amount of information I have on League of Legends is it's a game that people get upset at, period. It's about as much as I understand. I played Heroes of the Storm for a really long time. I know everybody in the world hates Heroes of the Storm. I really like it. It was a game that I really enjoyed, but I had to stop playing Blizzard games because, one, they were addictive, and two, the company is terrible. So that's what ended up happening there. Oh, I see. We're going to go ahead and merge by distance. Up that distance just a little bit. What's happening? Why are we not getting rid of the central lines? Oh, I see. We want to delete those faces first. And we're going to go back up to the top. Grab all of these. And then dissolve the edges. Hey, we've done it. Okay, we got ourselves a wheel. That's a pretty good looking wheel. You have a life so you don't get the reference? You know, it's hard having a life sometimes. It can be really hard caring about your own mental well-being sometimes. Sometimes I wish I could just dissolve. Just turn into nothing and just chill all day. But unfortunately, life's about struggle. And boy, am I good at it. Okay. You know what? I think that is all right. Do I need to put some guys here? I do. I do need to put some boys here. I don't want to, but I will. So I'm actually going to go ahead and save myself a little bit of hassle. And we're going to make 2 circles. Let's make 2 circles and put them exactly where we want them. Bum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum. There we go. So I can just put that right there. And we're going to copy you and make you smaller and make 2 of them. This should work. This should work. It's going to take a bit of doing, but that should work. Chill. You got it. Just relax. Okay, so now I need to make a nut for this guy. Let's go ahead and get rid of the mill. Let's get rid of some of this stuff so I don't have to look at everything. Bam 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 bam. We're gonna copy this. This should work as best as I understand. Okay, so we have it in the exact spot we want it. Now we're going to throw some modifiers on it. And I'm going to hope and pray that this works. We want to fit to curve. The curve is going to be our circle. I'll deal with that later. We're going to go ahead and throw a curve on here, and the curve is our circle. Oh, it's perfect. It works absolutely perfect. Yes. And now we just got to get it to the right length. So let's start by getting the size correct first. So we're going to do scale. I'm going to say that looks good. Perfect. Okay. Now we offset until we get it perfect. Now, this is not the best way I should have done this, honestly. I'm now starting to think what I should do is fix count. So we'll do 13. I think that's the correct amount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not sure. It's going to require a bit of counting. Nope, it's 12. It's for sure 12. We're going to grab our circle. We're going to rotate it so the first one is correct. So a little bit of RY. You know what? Let's not do it that way. Instead, I'm going to grab U and do a little bit of GX. That should work. Try and get it right in the center. There we go. You'll do just fine. Now it's your turn to get in spot. That's it. 24.64. We got it. Boys, we've done it. That was an easier way than just placing. That was very mathematically accurate. So now I need to name this guy rivets outer, copy paste, copy paste. You're gonna be rivets inner. And you're going to need to be attached to this guy. Now we just got to find it. I'm going to say that's pretty close. So now we just got to lower it a little bit more. 22.6. 22.59. GX. $22.58. 5.6. Done. No, I don't like that. 22.57. I'll just go for it. Done. Look at that. She's beautiful. We got rivets. And I'm inclined to bevel the end of this, but we're sticking to our point. I'm not doing that. I will not be doing that. Instead, I might add a little bit of a curve to it. Let's do that. Rivets inner, rivets outer. Let's grab both of them. Let's edit both of them. Where's my OG? We're going to go ahead and do a little inlay on both of these guys, and we're going to stick them out. Just like that. There we go. And now we got a little bit of a definition to them. That is choice. I think we're done. It's been an hour and a half. It's only been an hour and a half. What? We really got better at 3D modeling during October, didn't we? It's only been an hour and a half. I feel like it's been 3 hours. I feel like we've been going forever. We're just barely touching this thing. Look at that. We're already done. How are we already done? That's kind of crazy, man. Okay, well, it is what it is. So let's go ahead and we'll leave everything as is. Why not? Doesn't hurt to leave it. Oh man, that does look good. Wow, we did it. You know what? I will go ahead. We're going to just clean now. The goal is to clean up. And I guess I got to do the hillside as well. I didn't think about the hillside. We do have to make the hillside nice. So let's do this thing. I'm kind of stoked, man. How did we do so much so quickly? So I'm going to grab this, and we're just going to build out a little rig for this guy. Rig's the wrong word because that means something in 3D modeling. There's a very loud beep outside my window. Hello? I don't know what that was. I feel like on garbage days are Wednesdays for us. Every time we have a garbage day, there's like 1,000 garbage trucks that come throughout the day. It's like, what are you all doing? Chill. Like, we already got our garbage taken. We're fine. Merge by distance. We can lower that distance down quite a bit. There we go. That should look just a little bit better for you. In fact, I can grab this and pull him up to maybe a 30. You can't hear? Oh, but the wheel looks sick. Thanks, Niche. Aren't you streaming? My bunny ears are gone. Okay, you know what? We have to communicate with Niche. We must do this. We must communicate. We're going to do a little bit of that. And we're going to go ahead and just throw that in the background of our scene. We'll just go do one of those. Make sure you can see it. There we go. That's now in our camera shot. There we go. That's gonna go ahead. We're gonna make sure that this is visible in the final scene. Let's go ahead and add a little bit of extrusion to it. There we go. We'll give it a nice, beautiful little setup here. Where is my stained glass? Stained glass, there you are. There we go. That'll be in the scene now. That's now part of our scene. Okay, let's start plugging in. That wood looks bad. Why do you look so bad? That's supposed to be the best wood I have. Hey, what's up, Lathandra? Hope I said that correctly. You know what? We're going to add a little bit of definition to this. There's no reason not to, given how, like, flat, staticky it looks. I don't love the way this looks, though. There's something so gross about that. Something's really gross about that. Lethindra. Lethindra. What is that? Is that from something? That sounds so like Tolkien. That sounds so like elvish. I love it. It's a good name. It's a good name. Do you play D&D? To some degree. Add a bunny ears point redeem question mark. You make tin meals, you are not a cook. What? Okay. I play Pathfinder, and nowadays I play a homebrew. So I don't know D&D like super specifically. All right, we got 1,000 different things going at once. Let me go ahead and answer them. You are not an artist, but okay, I'm liking where this is going. You kill one person. Oh, it's in Shadowfell? Okay, very cool. We got another D&D person here. Everyone plays D&D, man. Everyone's a D&D nerd. Myself included. I'm a DM. I'm as nerdy as it gets. I think about this all day. You're all nerds. All right, let's go ahead and add Grimol's command. And I know Grimol is instantly going to redeem the command, so good. I'm cool with this. I was a D&D nerd before it was cool. What does that mean? What do you mean by that? All right. I would say if you paint a painting, you are an artist, by the way. Normally, I like to make my channel points look a little bit pretty, but I'm not going to right now because I don't have time. So you're just going to get the default little guy here. And we're going to set a cooldown, redeems per stream 1. Create. There you go. Somebody's got it. Greenwell, you now have a command. Okay. We're back. Hey, gee, I wonder if that was going to happen. I'll be right back. You got the goose into streams? Yeah, you did. Man. Shout out to men wearing ponytails. It's the best thing ever. It's so nice. If you're a dude and you have long hair and you're not wearing a ponytail, get over it. It's so nice. Oh, it hurts when you get headbands stuck in it. Okay, now I'm a bunny for the rest of stream. Greenwall, I hope you're proud of yourself. Okay, so we're back to this. To our ugly, ugly looking wood. I'm gonna go ahead and do banana crust. Oh, I missed this scene. Throw on some rusty metal. It's a little too rusty for my taste, so we're gonna scale the rust back a little bit. Actually, we're gonna make a new texture called bolt, because I might need to use this later. Rusty bolt. Okay, you're rusty bolt. You are rusty bolt. And we're going to take this and bring the saturation back to normal. Let's do this thing. So we want the size of everything to be way smaller. And we're going to take a couple of these colors, especially this guy right here, and we're going to dull it to be normal. Why didn't that work? You? Yeah, there we go. There we go. Beautiful little nut. Now, how do high resolution textures with low poly models look? I don't know. We're experimenting. Does it look good? I don't know. We'll see. We'll get there when we get there, I suppose. It's kind of cool. It kind of looks like when you take old games and you mod them to have HD like textures, but clearly the game was not designed for HD textures. I'm kind of a fan of that look. I'll play with it. This is my new thing. We're gonna play with that and see how that looks. Oh, that wood looks terrible. Okay, here's perfect example of why we kept the OG rust. Because the rust has got to be the same on that. And now this guy can get something interesting. What do we want to give you? Stone? Stone got messed up somehow? Yikes. Why do you look so weird? Yikes, yikes, yikes. Whoa, this guy is 600. What are you doing? Since when are you 600? It doesn't even do anything. What is this? Why do I have this? Okay. Alright. I think it's time I update my textures. That might be what we do next week. Next week might be a texture stream. That'd be nice. Let's do that. Let's make textures next week. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make textures next week. We're going to make some new stones and stuff. These guys are starting to show their age a little bit more than I want them to. Yeah, it just looks gross. It's just got like way too weird of a vibe to it. Something here is just wrong. Something's really weird. Something tells me it's in the mapping node. Let's go back to our map. I'm going to give it... Whoa, chill. Let's give this like a 0.4. Grab everything and scale it way down. Yeah, there we go. We're going to give that like a 1.4. Doesn't like it. Doesn't like it. Let's see. We're getting a lot of lag because of this. It's so ugly. It's such an ugly looking texture. Am I just going to make it metal? I think I'm just going to make it metal. Whoa. Why are you rainbow? The heck? What's going on with this sketch today? Okay. Man, I don't know if I like messed up my textures or something. This is not how they're supposed to look. But we'll take it. So, basically, what we're doing here today is just reminiscing on why we need to update our setup. I spent a lot of time updating some stuff that I'm going to show off next week. But clearly, I now need to go back and update actual inside of Blender stuff. Also, why are you so weird looking? Okay. Back. Back, foul beast. Okay, so I am very intimidated about the roof. I'm pretty intimidated how we're going to do this roof. I think I'm going to skip it and do it last. I sort of want to turn it into, like, straw. Although it doesn't make sense with the way that I've, like, scaled it. Especially that bottom one. That bottom one's ugly. Let's get rid of you. That's what I'm doing right now. We're getting rid of that bottom guy. Also, the text can go up here. This is going to be Furnish. And we'll hide that for right now. And we're going to hide our hillside and hide the water. Okay, now we're fixing you. You ugly beast. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, why not? Why not? If I grab you and we go... If we do a little bit of that. There we go. Perfect. Done. He's better. And now we can get rid of this as well. We're going to go ahead and grab the brick facade. And we're going to go ahead and assign that to a brand new texture called brick. We're going to do our best not to freak out because I want to do so right now. So we've assigned brick to it. Chill. We're back. We're going to plug ourselves in a brick texture with a bump. Bada boom. Hello. Bada boom. Bada boom. Oh, we made a silly mistake. Yeah. Oh well. That's on me. That's on me, baby girl. So let's back on out of here. Go back to object settings. Make sure everything looks okay. Is something wrong with my blender? Why would this be the way that it does this? I go assign scale. How is this an appropriate level of scale? Ba-da, ba-da. Why is this appropriate? Okay, you know what? I'll do it manually. I'll do it by myself. What is happening? Am I on the wrong axis? What is going on? That's Z. What is happening? Why is it doing it sideways? All right, you know what? Fine. You wanna? I'll play hardball. Whatever. You want me to play by your rules? I'll play by your rules. Let's do X by 90. Yeah, whatever, dude. You want me to play crazy? I'll play crazy. Why? What I want, clearly, I think everyone's aware, what I want is this to wrap around here. Okay, well that one works. Do you work? No, you don't. Let's do UVs. This is a bad idea. Don't do this. Don't do what I'm doing. We'll go to our UVs. We'll set up our UVs. We're gonna go to edit, grab everything. Oh yeah, that's terrible. No wonder it's messed up. Reproject. This is gonna end in tears. I'm gonna be crying by the end of stream. I mean, they are straight, weirdly enough. Okay, sure, whatever. What do I know about anything? Okay, so we have not the worst looking brick texture I've ever seen. Let's go ahead and rotate it Z 90 degrees. If we follow active quads, that's gonna ruin everything. But I'm gonna try. Oh, actually, it's perfect. So if I look at everything... Yeah, I don't care about the rest of this. I probably do care about the rest of this, but for the time being, I don't care about the rest of this. Okay, so we have bricks wrapping around. I will deal with the rest later. I'm gonna just take it as it is. So, we got this guy. We're gonna scale him way down. Like way, way down. Look at these beautiful boys. Okay, now they shouldn't be that long. They're a little too long for me. Yeah, baby. Okay. Now we want the mortar to be slightly smaller. 0.1. 0.01. Welcome back. How's your training? I've only been losing my mind a little bit for this stream so far. Turns out taking 3 days off really kills you. Still lurking, just giving hearts? Okay, that's fine. Enjoy your little guy. Don't get too flustered. Don't get too upset. Okay, so I'm thinking the way we want to do this is use red channels. Oh, those bricks on the side are kind of cool looking. Oh, that's kind of cool looking. I'm a fan of that. This'll work. This'll work. I kind of want to give the smooth maybe a little bit of randomness so we have kind of a little grouty, gross look. But we'll get there when we get there. All right. So, off the top of my head, what we're going to want is a texture Musgrave plugged in with objects going into color 1 and 2. Now we're getting close to the 2-hour mark. Now we're getting a little closer to what I was expecting. There we go. Bricks. I kind of want to stretch them out a little bit though. So we're going to pop ourselves in some vector mapping. Push you on up. So let's do like a 0.5. Ooh, this is gonna work. Just making water wheel, or is this for something, if you don't mind me asking? I don't mind at all. I am an open book. I made a bear trap for the last day of Inktober. Let me go ahead and show that off real quick. I made us a little bear trap, and I'm very proud of it. It's a very good guy. I made it in such a short amount of time. We made it really fast. And it looks great. I mean, it looks killer. If we ignore this, which we're all going to ignore that, it looks pretty great. I'm pretty much a fan of this guy. Oh, I messed up my gold. Now I know what the gold was there for. I made a mistake. You know what? So yeah, I just wanted to like kind of recontextualize that scene a little bit and make some more. I probably will use this water wheel in a project that I'm working on. It looks sick. Thank you. And There we go. Much better. Much, much better. Yeah, so I'm just like pretty stoked with this thing. So I'm just trying to make something that fits the scene correctly. I'm at a point where I'm starting to get into character design a little bit, but I don't feel comfortable enough doing it on stream. So I'm trying to focus on making scenes and things to just contextualize like portfolio pieces. But at the end of the day, I love making objects. I will probably always consider myself an environmental artist before anything else. So yeah, I don't know. I felt like a water wheel was sort of going to be a hard thing to do in the amount of time that I've given myself today, which is about 3 hours. But 3 hours to do a water wheel? Whatever, man. That looks all right. Let's go ahead and bring that down just a little bit. I kind of want it to be the opposite. There we go. Just like that. There we go. Those are bricks. And now the Y and whatever this other one is have to match each other. So what are you? Are you X? No, you're Z. Are you Z? What are you? No. What are you? Lithindra, are you a 3D modeler? I want to say, not to be a creep about things, I want to say I've seen you in Nisha's VC before. Which makes me believe that you are a 3D modeler. I mean, I guess you don't have to be a 3D modeler to hang out with somebody in VC. Negative? What do you do? What's your thing? Also, I need to get water. I'll be right back. I have returned. You paint minis and models? Oh, I'm so jelly of you. That's the dopest thing in the world. That's so awesome. Little baby good bar. Can't even fit the whole thing on the wrapper, whatever. Do you have pictures that I can show off of your minis? I would love to show some of those off. I love minis. Kind of experimenting with airbrushing, but it's heckin' strange to me. That's awesome. That is super cool. We were talking about this the other day, but painting minis is what led both George Lucas and Peter Jackson to make their amazing movies. You're away from home right now? That's okay. You don't have like a Instagram or like a portfolio site or anything. I don't know why you would have a portfolio for a hobby, but you know what I mean. Greenwald, do you paint miniatures? Is this the moment where I get insight into Greenwald's life? The insight that I've been desiring my whole life? Okay, let's plug you into Mortar. Mortar. Ugh, gross. Look how bad that looks. go ahead and see how we can make this work just a little bit better. Reverse it. No. You know what? I'll keep it smooth. Whatever. I don't care. And what we want to do is now dye this guy red. Because it's going to make literally no difference to... It's going to make no difference to you, but it's going to make a big difference to you. So we're going to dye you red, we're going to plug you in, and we're going to cross our fingers that this looks like something. Oh, it looks good. Oh, that looks good. He needs texture, though. I don't have miniatures, but I did learn to use airbrush at one point. Still got the tools. Hey, Grimo, what do you make? I know you're a highly artistic they them. That's about all I know about you, Grimo. You're quite an interesting figure. I've always, every time I see you participating in people's chats or whatever, I'm always I'm filled with 1,000 questions. I'm always trying to figure out what's going on in Grimo's head. Alright, so we're gonna fix this. We're gonna fix this somehow. As if I can do this. Bum ba-dum 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 bum ba-dum ba-da-bum bum ba-dum 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 bum bum ba-dum bum bum. You just like watching 3D modeling? Well, that's cute. That's okay. If you don't want to share or you don't feel like there's anything worth sharing or whatever, I won't force it out of you. I'm just always curious. I see you around and I'm like, oh, sorry, I thought you were Grimo. You have the same color for me. You just like watching 3D modeling? Why is that? What does it? What about 3D modeling? For me, 3D modeling is definitely a means towards game design. For me, I always see 3D modeling as like an end to doing game design. I really enjoy 3D modeling at this point in my life. I like it a lot more than I thought I was going to when I started about a year ago. But in my mind, I will probably deflect my 3D modeling to somebody else should I ever have enough influence to actually make games the way that I imagine myself doing. So, I don't know if I'll be like a lifetime 3D modeler, but I do really enjoy it. I'll probably do it like once a week if that happens. I can't really explain it. Just very interesting to me, I guess. You grew up with mathematically, didn't you? You grew up with a math brain. That's what I'm hearing. You did a lot of, you were on the 3-minute club in elementary school. Oh man, did anybody else have the 3-minute club? I went crazy for the 3-minute club. In my elementary school, we had something called the 3-minute club. And what it was if you could solve equations, like a list of equations, right? They'd give you a big old list of equations. If you could do it in 3 minutes, you got like an award, like a pencil, basically. You got junk. Stop judging you. I just get hit with a baka. Everyone here is, you know, a real big old nerd. Okay, so that is not terrible looking. I think we want to desaturate it quite a bit. That looks pretty good to me, and now we're going to scale that back down to a 20 and take a look at it. That's not terrible. It's a little messy. I don't think I have the time to think or care about it too much, though, so we're going to leave it as is. So let's go ahead and pump ourselves up to a hue saturation. We We want to lighten this whole bad boy up. So let's give it a little bit of value. And let's lower that saturation. Man, if I could make a change to Blender, I have been asking for this for a while. They really need to take color to a mortar, and they need to separate out the color outputs here. This is so annoying. There should be like color combined, and then these colors need to be separated. Because when you're trying to mix colors in here, it is such a hassle. Like, I have to make 2 of these nodes. One has color, one doesn't, for it to work. I'm gonna get on Blender. You know what? I'm gonna go tweet Blender and be like, yo, enough of this. Fix this. That's my next step in life, is to just get on Blender's bad list and get banned. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and pop ourselves in another hue saturation. Bum, ba-dum. That looks really weird. That looks a lot better. Hey, I'll take that. That's brick. Make a mix node? Yeah, I mean, ideally, what I want to do is throw a mix node here. Ideally, this is what I want it to look like. I want to mix RGB with color 1 and 2 going in, and then I can grab the factor, and I can overwrite this bias. I don't want to use this bias. This bias sucks. It's the most annoying node ever. I want to be able to use my own bias by taking both of the separate color datas and putting them in, without having to make 3 separate brick textures. Like, it's such a hassle. Normally, if I was doing brick, I wouldn't do this. Normally, I would have another brick up here with separate color nodes going into that, all stemming from the same place, and it would just be a big mess. But I'm lazy today. I am a lazy man today. I will say, it's good looking brick, though. That is delicious brick. Oh, the way some of them stick out a little bit more than other ones. That's it, baby. And it clips right up into there. I don't care. Who cares about a clip? I don't care about a clip. If I cared a lot, I could just lower the height a little bit and we'd be fine, but I'm not about to do that. So, last but not least, what do I want to be doing? Do I care? Am I done? I want to up the distance if I can. There we go. Done. So now we get on to step number 2, which is going to be down here. Yeah, baby, that's it. We're going to grab you. We're going to make a new slot. We're going to assign you. And what are you going to be? I don't know yet. We're going to do the roof as well while we're here, so I don't need to do it later. Should I be doing this in this view? Yes, I should. I suppose if you paint miniatures, 3D modeling is definitely like an extension of that. You ever thought about 3D printing your own miniatures? Not to make false promises, because I'm very good at doing that, but that is one of the directions that I am considering taking eventually. I think making miniatures fits into my view of the world pretty well. I think I might get into making miniatures eventually, but not soon. And I'm assuming, you know, in a way that probably does it for you. I have printed a few? Okay, yeah. So you have a mild interest in all that stuff. I think your desire or your interest in 3D modeling makes perfect sense. Okay, let's finish this guy off. Man, I hate that wood texture. That is gross. It does not work here. Time to... So, spoilers. I'm going to sit down tonight after stream, and I'm going to figure out what I'm making next week. I'm going to start planning the way that I planned October. Man, you should see my spreadsheet for October. It is beautiful. I'm going to plan streams moving forward, and I'm going to plan next week, and I think we're going to redo textures. Textures are just too much. Okay. What an ugly texture that is. It also loads so badly. We drop frames every time we load it. Let's not do that. Texiaris? Texiaras. Texiaras. Okay, I get the idea. Why Texas? What about Texas? Let's just put a cosine pearl on here. Why not, right? I just want to... One of these days, I'm going to lose my mind and just make like a surreal landscape. I'm over it. One of these days, I'm just going to get over it and just do whatever I want. No, we'll make our own stone texture here. We'll call this Stoneworks. And now the roof. What is the roof? Bum 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 bum. I doubt the roof would be made out of mahogany. Make a barn with a hay bale and one of those wind chicken things? Oh, I've made one of those. I like those things. I could make one next week. Maybe, okay, you know what? That's a good idea. I'm going to make a Discord channel that says recommendations. I'll take recommendations. I was trying to see you squish your name and textures together to imply your own unique brand of textures. If I got anything, I got textures. I have no point of authority on anything except for nodes. I forget what they're called too. What are those things called? Alright, now it's going to kill me. Now we have to Google it. Now we are forced to Google it. Chicken wind thing. A weather vane. It's a weather vane. Alright, yeah, that's good. Tell you what, I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to do it straight up right now. We're going to go general. We're going to do recommendations. There you go. There's a recommendations channel. Anybody who wants to give me recommendations for stream, feel free. I'm going to put it right under clips because for whatever reason, I like the OCD of having Twitch stuff next to each other. And that's that. Textiera might have been better. Oh, I like that. Color me a fan of Textiera. Okay. The roof is bad. So we're going to go one by one. Let's do this one by one. Stonework. We want to make stones. We want to make stones. Ad? What's the ad? Oh no, there was an ad that was playing that whole time. Man, I hate keeping track of the ads. Twitch needs to just allow us to turn the ads off. They can't be making that much money off of ads. I hate the ads. Everyone hates ads. Twitch, everybody hates ads. Please stop. It was KFC for you? Alright, I take it back. Keep the ads coming. That's way more important than what I'm doing. Okay. So, off top of the head, mix RGB. Pop that in. We're going to do one white, one black, just so I can see what I'm doing. Oh, we can do this. We can do this. I know I can do this. This is going to be wild. bum ba bum 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 boo doo boo doo boo da na 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 na. Ads need to only come when you hit a button, like live TV doesn't cut out at random ads. Yeah, so I have a button here that I can click, but it's on a timer for an hour. So I work in like 2 hour chunks. So ideally, what I would want to happen is I go like every 2 hours, a big thing will come up that goes like, please take a break. And then I'll be like, I'm going to go grab water. And then I go grab water. But instead, no. They force you to go crazy. Okay, so we want the detail to be low. How is this going to work? How in the world is this going to work? So we want to make a bunch of little islands is what we want. Oh, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Oh, I know what I'm doing. Oh, we've done it. Oh, we've done it. Let's pop you up to here so I can see what I'm doing. Oh, he has an idea. He is intelligent today. Yes, baby. Distance. Distance into here. Smooth to F1. This is it. This is it. Now we got to make them warbly and weird. Well, that's not exactly what I wanted. Let's go ahead and pop this up quite a bit. Yes. Sorry to anybody who has tryptophobia. We're going to pull it back just a little bit. I know a few peeps in chat who have tryptophobia. There we go. Get these guys looking pretty simple, with really deep cuts between them. In fact, hello, short break. Break at bad time. You recently learned about tryptophobia? I hope I'm not selling you out here, but I'm a cup of tea has a pretty strong case of tryptophobia. So it comes up every now and again. I think tryptophobia, I'm not discrediting people who have tryptophobia. Let me put that out there. Strong, put this out there. I'm not discrediting you if you have tryptophobia. But I think tryptophobia is kind of like a fake like a fake, what am I saying? A fake phobia. And the reason I say that is not because I think the people who have it are making it up. I think it didn't exist until like people began sensationalizing it. I think like it was artificially created. Learn about it from Final Fantasy XIV. What? How's that work? How'd you learn about it from Final Fantasy XIV? That's pretty good levels of density as far as I'm concerned. That's not bad. Cool. Now we're going to plug out the back of you. And we're going to take our Z and squish it to, let's say 2.5, just to something simple. That'll do. Now, we need it to be... Oh, now we have to get it weird. They changed the Sage job icon because of it, apparently. Oh, now I gotta look it up. Even put an apology out? That's crazy. Good for them. Good for them for owning it. But, like, that's crazy. I've always had it, but mine got really bad when I wore a bandage that I was allergic to, and when I peeled it off, my flesh under was bubbling and popped, and looked like there was tiny little tiny holes. That sounds awful. That sounds not good. I mean, I got no like humor to say about that. That is absolutely terrible. Okay, maybe it's natural. Maybe I'm just whatever, just a crazy person. Let's try this real quick. What? How is it doing that? Huh. Now, so I learned how to do textures first in Blender because I'm a nut job who shouldn't be allowed on a computer. Um, but for whatever reason, usually you get a better response when you put the desired result first, which is not the sequence of events that works in my brain. But I suppose it is something. Yeah, that's more along the lines of what I want. So we're going to lower that dimension down a lot. Up that. Yeah, that's exactly what I want. And to think any phobia is made up, it is relatively new to scientific literature. You don't think any phobia is made up. There's a lot of things in nature that you logically don't want to be around and have holes like that. That's fair. I'll take the L. I'll take the L on whether or not it's made up. I'm A-okay with that. Kotaku did an article on it. I can link it if you want. I'd appreciate if you posted it in the Discord. Shout out to the Discord. Because I never really see links during stream. But if you don't want to join the Discord, that is perfectly understandable. I will not force you to do that. That is not exactly my energy, is forcing people to do things they don't want to do. I'm a very consensual person when it comes to this world. Which channel? Back to lurk. Bye, folks. Later. General's fine. You can post it in general. I don't care. Doesn't bother me. I'm going to say that looks pretty good. I don't know why it's doing this weird thing, but that looks good. Why is it going off to one side? What is that? What is that from? Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Very appreciated. How long has it been? It's been not even 3 hours yet. Wow. I'm feeling pretty comfortable with what we've done today. I'm making a brand new stone texture. We're just chugging away. I hate this. Why does that look like this? Like, this is perfect. This is exactly what we want. This is exactly how that's supposed to look. And you look over here and it's like, why? Why is it favoring a side? Sometimes this happens if you use the wrong Verneuil output, but I think this is going to be worse. Yeah, it's way worse. Well, I hate to do this, but we're just going to go ahead and rotate it and give ourselves something new, although it's broken right here. Weird. Something's weird here. Okay, we'll take it. A phobia is an irrational fear of something. You don't need to have a scientific name for a specific phobia for it to be valid. If you have a flight or fight reflex from a green ball hitting your head, it's a phobia of a green ball. Yeah, I agree with that. I'm not saying that anybody's like illegitimate for feeling the way they do. I'm not discrediting people who feel a certain kind of way. My only thought is like, you know what? I think I'm just wrong. I'll take it. I'm not fighting for anything. I don't even strongly believe anything that I'm saying right now. That's fair. If you got a phobia, you take care of it. Don't want some crazy dude who's losing his mind on the internet tell you what to do. Okay, so we're here. So this guy should be pretty easy to take care of. So we got to do two things. This is where we have to separate this into two pieces. Hello? We're going to put the factor up here. We're going to move you. Chill. Hey, bud, chill. Just go. There we go. And now we need a Musgrave, and I think that's it. The top looks good. Top looks fine, honestly. I say that, but they're all the same color. I think we made a little bit of a mistake, but we'll deal with that later. Let's go ahead and pop on down to a Musgrave. And we're going to black. Now we have generated coordinates, which I think are not going to be in my best interest here, but... Yeah. Okay, you get object coordinates. Object to object. We can't use a color ramp because if we use a color ramp, it's going to diffuse it. So instead, I have to use a hue saturation node. That's not terrible. So is everybody in the world playing Final Fantasy 14 except for me? Is that like the way of the world now? Are we all Final Fantasy 14 people? Okay, so now it should be a pretty easy job of a hue saturation with lower value. I don't really know when the Final Fantasy 14 hype started. I feel like it just kind of came out of nowhere. All of a sudden, it was just like, this is it now. This is what we're doing. Which is cool. I just don't really get where it came from. It was kind of like, everybody was like, World of Warcraft is terrible. And then all of a sudden, that was it. I've been playing it since it came out. I play it, but no pressure on you to play it. I love the way you said that. I did not think there was pressure on me until you said that. Oh, that's great. That's great energy. This is just a color ramp. We've just accidentally made a color ramp. Range. I think we want a range. I don't have time in my life to play Final Fantasy for sure. I don't have it in me. So I will not be doing that. Man. Why are you like this? Why are you like this? How do I fix this? How do I fix you? Why do you look so crazy? What I need is to lower the distance. Oh, I see. It's mainly the big WoW streamers that made Final Fantasy blow up. That's kind of what I'm thinking. It's got to be a World of Warcraft, like, feed off, right? It's cool. Just weird. Kind of like, you know, how did this happen? It's amazing how things kind of blow up. It's so strange that things are just kind of like, now this is what we're doing. No, don't do that. To be fair, Final Fantasy 14 is pretty respectable. Respectful of your time. The director even said he expects many people to unsub between patches at some point. That takes a lot of balls. I love that. Kind of crazy to have a big of a boom before expansion. Absolutely. It's great energy. Oh, I see it. I see it. We got it. Boom. Strength. Down we go. That's it. Now I just got to put a color amp here and make it look correct. This is it. This is it. This is it. It is cool. I mean, it's like a real success what they've done. I just don't get it. Speaking of Final Fantasy, Crystal Chronicles, everybody. And it was steadily growing for a decade. It just kind of hit a recent critical mass. Yoshi P said, yes, play other games. Is the main developer named Yoshi Me? Or Yoshi P? That's a crazy name. That's beginning to look a little bit more like Christmas. Now we want a white somewhere to really differentiate those like stones sticking out. Like bright, bright white. How on earth are we going to make this work? I love that his name's Yoshi P. That's so dope. Naoki Yoshida. It's a dope name. Shout out to that guy. Okay, black means 0. White means max. Let's do constants. Constant's probably going to be okay for us. That's probably going to be okay. That's going to look fine. And now we're going to take this and we're going to up it just the tiniest little fragment. Just the littlest crumb of that. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. Now if we up our distance to maybe 3. You know what? That's about as good as I can hope this to be. Yeah, the back looks good. The front looks not okay. But I'm done thinking about it. We're done. We'll give you a little bit of stone. Maybe I will give you a gradient. Oh, I have to give you a gradient. I do have to do this. I do have to do this. Okay. You know what? Whatever. We're going to go ahead and throw on a wave. This got really technical. This just gets harder and harder to do each step. This is why I don't make textures on stream very often. This is why I use pre-made ones. They're pre-made by me, but I do them when I'm not streaming. But now we're all here to watch it. If you're ever interested in it, there are a few documentaries about how he did it to take the game from an unmitigated disaster to success I could recommend. And Yoshida is one of the few people that if they asked me to join their team, I'd quit my job, no question. I think everyone feels that way. Lethindra, thanks for joining by so far. You enjoy your lurk. I've appreciated you so far. You've been very cool. I think everybody would quit to work for Final Fantasy, right? I mean, I'd quit to work for Final Fantasy. Probably, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I'm not one of those people. I do have plans. There we go. We're going to add a little bit of distortion. Let's put a triangle on here, see what that does for us. No, we're going to want a sign. Okay. Sign, detail gets higher, detail scale, detail roughness. There we go. That is a look. I don't even care what his project was. Have you heard about the agile programming management? You're talking about like agile, just the idea of agile? Because I used it at one of my previous jobs. I was a scrum master for a while. That was my job title for a hot minute. I don't really agree with that kind of stuff, especially the way that it gets used in business, but that was my title. .03. There we go. Okay, we'll say that is not bad looking. I think I want this to be just gray, though. And we're going to set the roughness a little bit higher. There we go. Now let's do these stones, and then we're set to go. Whew, this has been grueling. This has been a hard little challenge here. If we just take these and make them like a nice tan color, what happens? He talked about it, what he did, which was basically being a scrum master. He seems to be the only person I know that has used it super well. They only used it when they were building a brand new MMO engine while maintaining the original. I mean, I think it's an effective way to run a business. It's just like, it's one of those things where it's like the more you talk about it, the less real it becomes. For me, it was one of those things where it's just like, okay, I get it, get on with it. Like, what are we actually doing? Like, I get it. You got this fancy new thing. You learned a new word. So what? What are we doing with it? That was always my struggle with it. Because people would use it as like a buzzword. And then you would just get caught up in that. And it's like, for what? For what reason are we doing all this? If you're spending a lot of time on it, you are doing it wrong. Yeah, exactly. It's true for anything. Like, oh, we got a brand new HR system. HR. My last job was like that. It's like, okay. So what? Just let it run. Who cares? We're chill. You know, it's the constant that's bad here. I'm seeing it. There we go. It should be a little bit better, a little bit less harsh. In the government, the contractors use Agile Scrum as an excuse to never know what they're doing and have no plan. Too real. Too real. You're not from... Are you from the US, Kizen? I thought you were from Europe. I thought you were European, my man. That looks so bad. We've messed up. We've goofed this. We've goofed this hard style. This looks bad. This does not look good. I think I mentioned it. Oh, you're US. Okay, you might have mentioned it. I have a memory, you know? I have a real human memory about things. My memory is probably one of my least adept traits. I lost my polys and got all these useless coins. Yeah. Just wait until you see what you do with them next week. Because next week is going to be a weird one. I got plans. Today was a test stream for some stuff. I'm testing out some stuff in the background that you can't see. But next week, we got some weird stuff going. I'm excited about it. I'm very pleased to see how it's going to work out. Okay, so we got this going. So, I'm going to say black. I'm going to say gray. We just want to make this sort of look more real. It just doesn't look good. It looks just kind of faulty and weird. Have I made something terrible? What can I do with them in a week? Spoilers, you can join a cult. Is what you're gonna do. There's your big spoilers. Let's make this a little bit brown. Way darker. Way less colored. You're already in 2. Well, now you get to be in 3. I hate this. I really don't like the way this looks. I've come to terms with how much I don't like this. And I don't like this. Animal ears on headsets. My favorite cult. Oh man, the sleep deprivation is getting to me now. You know what? It's kind of polished wood. I'm going to go ahead and hit the mahogany. Stinky. Okay, now I must bring this back. We must bring this back. We must do it. All right, up we go. Let's go ahead and bring this back. I hope you know that that's going to be in the final product too. When I take a picture of this and post it on my my Instagram, it's going to have that. I am a stinky dude though. It's kind of what I'm known for. A lot of people know me as a stinky man. It's tough. It's tough being like a 6'3" giant who sweats a whole bunch. It's just kind of a mood. Regardless of how you think about it, it's just a mood. Yes, Greenwall. You can thank... We can thank Greenwall for the bunny ears. Okay, let's add some detail between these guys. That way at least they have a little bit of like a vibe to them. And we'll push this up to give them more of that like definite look. There we go. That's what I want. I want the light to catch them just a little bit. And then we're going to get that brown looking correct. There we go. Get that saturation way up there. Get it way more red. Way more red, way more dark. We're slowly turning him into a VTuber. Honestly, it's only a matter of time. I know. I know how you all work. It's only a matter of time until I'm a VTuber. One moment. One moment. One moment. Oh, it's not going to work, is it? It's not going to work. Okay, you know what? We're going to take a little break. We're taking a break. Let's open up Krita. You'll make an amazing model one day and be like, well, it'd be a shame not to use this on stream. If I do, like, human character design, maybe. Right now, the character design I'm focusing on is, like, monsters. I'm making big old monsters. I have a really good idea for something that I might make on stream, but I just don't trust my ability with anatomy too much. The weasel, I think, was a lucky break. There we go. There we go. Okay. Let's go ahead and grab all of you. Pop you in, pop you down. What? There we go. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna grab you, 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 you. Let's have a little bit of fun. Okay, now we're going to view, edit, invert selection. Where is that? Where's invert selection? Might be select. There it is. Invert selection. Perfect. There she is. Time to go make dinner? All right, give yourself a good one. Going to export this to desktop as Goose. And we will go ahead and trim. Doesn't want to work. Why don't you want to work? What? The heck happened? Why is it not working? You know what? Actually, I can just go like this. Hello, you've unlurked. Welcome back. Kizzen has suggested that I become a VTuber, so I'm making a VTube model. Shout out to me for disgracing just everybody who actually has worked hard on their VTuber model. All right, now we can export this as Goose. I'll go back to Blender. Go to our desktop. We're going to pop this in. Oh, look at her. There we go. We can just get rid of that. There we go. Not going to animate the mouth. It is animated. It's just very stoic. There we go. We're all here. We're all having a good time. Boy, am I over this. Am I over this sketch or what? Am I big time over it? I feel like I am. I feel like I'm just so done with this. I will bear with it for a little bit longer, but I think it's really time for me to call it. We're hitting just about 3 hours. I'm not used to doing 3 hours. I spent October doing only 2-hour streams. I need to work on my endurance. What I need to do during streams, realistically, is like take a moment and just have a reset. VTuber Red, it's me. It's me. That's me. Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Okay. Have we lost our minds? Did we ever have one? We do have a honk, by the way. Love it. I don't know why geese is a thing on the channel, but it is because everybody obsessed over it. So if you're confused as to why geese is a thing on the channel, you can thank Sir Pyro. Okay, so we're here. Let's grab ourselves a noise texture, pop it down here, and we're going to pop this into maybe dimension. You don't mess with a goose. You definitely don't want to mess with a goose. That is for sure. They are mean and work together. Do they work together? Are they known for working together? Is that a thing? I feel like they don't work very well together. In my experience, geese have been pretty self-reliant. We got a Greenwald goose. It's nice not being on camera. Man, I need to do this more often. I've sort of invalidated your bunny ears, though, if I'm really stopping to think about it. All right, whoops. We're gonna want to grab ourselves a little bit of this. I've seen a man running from like 8 of them because he slapped one of them. One away from his food. Oh no. That's a big mood though. I kind of love that. That's great energy. Let's see here. There we go. A little bit more on that. Might even try and lower this down a little bit more. Chased him for like 5 blocks from what I've heard. Hey, we got the honks in chat. I feel like a goose is a good like test of whether you are able to defend yourself or not, right? Like if a goose attacks you, you just like grab its neck. Like that's how you deal with a goose, is you grab its neck. But like, can the average person do that? No. So a goose is a real test of like how willing are you to defend yourself. Everybody should be forced to defend themselves against a goose one time. And that should be the qualifier for whether you have citizenship or not. I don't even care what country you're in. Your citizenship test is now, can you defend yourself against a goose? This is my new world order. I will have a pond. It'll be like the royal pond of my kingdom. And you will walk up to this pond. And it's the new Sparta, yes. You'll walk up to the pond. and there will be a council that watches you as you walk up to the pond, and they will say begin, and in the center of the pond will be a goose that is ready to go, and you will walk up to the goose and you will have a fight, and if you survive, you win. If you don't, you're out. Go to another country. Send to the goose with no armor weapon instead. Oof of the wild. Yeah, no, that's it. You don't get armor. Why would you get armor? A goose doesn't have armor. This is it. This is my new world order. I hope everybody will come to my country and just marvel at what we've created. Okay, we got it set real small because of what we did last time. So let's do even more. You know what? That's fine. Now, I think this is a bad idea, but I'm going to do it anyway. We're going to do a little bit of that. I'm going to grab the center of this. And we're going to bring this down. And that's going to be my little guy. Should I put a... Oh, I'm a terrible artist. I'm going to go ahead and put a subdivision on here because I'm just not good at what I do. Something is wrong. Something is big wrong here. So if we pull that down, that should be all right by my standards. Oh, I put a solidify on it. Obviously, that's not going to work. I was like, why does it look so weird? It was my fault. It was my fault. Okay. Good enough for my purposes. I think if I were to start New World Order, I think like declaring citizenship would definitely be part of it. You'd have a quick little segment to get to like bad stuff, right? Like it's a real slippery surface before you end up being a dictator. But I think in small doses, it's actually not bad. You just got to be careful with what you're thinking about. And this is why I'm not in charge of anything. By the way. Clover. Clover's nice and easy, isn't it? Clover is going to look like this, with a little bit of a gradient, a little bit of a spherical gradient, pop it on back with some object coordinates, and we're going to go between the two colors. So we want a really dark green. Right there. And we're going to do a lush bright green on the outer edge. That's like not as much as I want it to be. Let's darken that a little bit. Should be fine. We're going to do that, and we're going to go into Edit and pull this whole thing up quite a bit until it just barely touches. Do what the Principality of Sealand did? Okay, now I must know. What did they do? What did Sealand do? Okay, that's as big as they get, and then they're going to scale into some random sizes. So now we're going to pop ourselves into main. Let's grab a hillside. Let's add ourselves some hair with interpolated children, but we'll deal with that in just a moment. It's going to be object data. The object obviously needs to be Clover, which is this. This is it. Needs to be normal sized, normal sized. Randomize that scale just a little bit. And now we go children, interpolated. Oh, it got messed up. Apply rotation. Why do they always do this? Something's always wrong with it. Every time I do this, something's wrong with it. Also, we're done being a goose. Hello, I'm back. I keep messing with myself thinking that I'm on camera. And I'm not. RY. What is happening? RY. Okay, that works. Okay, that works. Let's do RY. And we'll give it 90 degrees. Cool. I've got to know what the Principality of Sealand did. I'm too curious at this point. Let's do like a 40 and like a 40. And I also want to grab the children and... Oh, I see. We have an issue. We have an issue with all these children. Okay, so let's do 10 and 10. It's kind of a long story, but it's a micro country. Is that the one where it's just an oil rig? Like it's just an oil rig out in the middle of the ocean and it's got like all of its stuff? Yeah. That's dope. That's very cool. I like that a lot. I think that's very cool. Very cool, Kanye. Okay, so we're going to take it upon ourselves to do one last thing here. Let's go ahead and do some weight painting. Just like this. Really simple stuff, and then we're going to go all crazy back here. And then I'm going to do nothing around the bear trap, nothing in the lake, and we should be looking kind of golden. There we go. Nice and simple. Get a little close. Actually, we can grab a little bit of that beach line. Perfect. Now we come into here. And we're going to lower that strength down and get rid of... Sorry. Lower the weight down. Get rid of this. The idea of starting a country from scratch is bewildering to me. Like, there's no... We don't have wars about territory and stuff anymore. So the idea that you would start a country is kind of like the coolest thing you could ever do. That's kind of amazing. There we go. Let me come back to this. Let's grab ourselves a vertex group density map. That's not what we wanted. Oh, yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is. We got a lot of clover. The clover looks pretty small, honestly. Just enough so we get a little bit of a spike there. It's all because it was supposed to be built in British waters, but it was off and built in international waters and abandoned, so it was free claim. Yeah, like that's the only way you get a country, right? Oh yeah, first time. Yeah, that's there. That's staying. That's going to be in the final render. That's going to be in the final render. In fact, I'm going to make it something like beautiful. We're going to make that cosine pearl. Or let's make it our gold. The gold's pretty nice. Oh, it doesn't show up very well. No, we'll do cosine pearl. There we go. And I will go out of my way to give it a little bit of an emission as well. There we go. Now we need a little tree somewhere. Maybe a tree right up here. Yeah, we'll put a tree right there. Let's push this guy forward. Oh yeah. Niche has become quite the character on stream. A lot of my peeps love Niche. Niche is kind of the titan of 3D modeling Twitch. I'm sure they don't feel that way. But Niche is quite a great streamer. Very effortless communicator. Is the tree happy? I hope it is. If it's not happy, what am I doing? There we go. That should be good. We have this weird pine roof. You don't even see the roof, so I don't think I care too much. I don't love the way all this looks, honestly, but it'll have to do. I don't love this scene in general. This is feeling a lot like pre-October all of a sudden. We need to get back in that October mindset. You take 3 days off and you lose everything. All right, let's make a tree. It is kind of it, too, sometimes. You do actually lose a lot of it when you take a break. That is kind of haunting to think about. Let's redo this. Okay, curves, sapling generator. Hello, come here. You're going to be a Japanese maple. Beautiful baby. That's a beautiful tree. You know what? How dare you? Let's go to normal. What am I doing? I need to pay attention. Okay, so we got a Japanese maple. I want to split the branches down. There we go. Nice broad tree with some variation. And now we're going to give it leaves. Show the leaves. And we're going to need a lot more leaves than that. Why was it -5? We need a lot more leaves than that. There's a leaf on the end of each... Yeah, that's how trees work. There's one leaf on the end of a branch. That's not how things work. Scale, 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 angle, 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 leaf, angle. -5, but still has leaves? Yeah, basically. The leaf generator is weird. I'll give it that. I don't really get it. Also, I'm going nuts. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Tree is here. Okay, we're just going to get rid of everything that isn't the tree. Get rid of the bear trap. Here we go. Now we're just on the tree. And Nisha's little sign. So we're going to put that there. Okay. So. Let's do a 10. See what that does for us. It's a weird looking tree, but it is kind of a cool tree. I think I like it. Would I call this perfect? No. Would I call it weird? Yes. And today's a weird day. So we're going to take the weird tree. So let's take this weird tree right to where we want it. GZ, that guy on up to here. GX. Make this thing huge. GZ. GY. I mean, that's a look, at the very least. Man, what a shit show this is. Welcome to the B stream. This is not my best work. I hope nobody thinks this is my best work. If you do, I guess I can't change your mind, but come back next stream and I'll hopefully be doing something a little bit better. I want to get back into making weapons, so I'm probably going to make a sword next stream, is the goal. Focus a little bit less on scenes, a little bit more on items. But, I don't know. I'm kind of all over the place. We're going to want that dark oak. And now the leaves, we're going to want to probably just give them clover, if I'm being perfectly honest. Probably doesn't matter that much. Clover's a little too bright for you. Let's go ahead and soften that up just a little bit. Any particular weapons you like to make? So I consider myself, I don't know if other people would accept me, but I consider myself pretty strongly in the HEMA category. I care a lot about the historical accuracy of weapons. And so when I make weapons, I try my best to make them very, very realistic. I really don't like when you play games and there's just weapons with like magic curved blades and the blade is curved in 1,000 different directions and it's just like, what are we doing here? Like, why is this? I don't really mess with stuff like that. I mean, it's cool to some degree. Like, there's certain places where magic is fun, but for the most part, I stay away from it. Just not my energy. Boy, this is not good. We goofed this guy up quite a bit, is what we did. It just looks mushy. It's so mushy. I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to cap it. We're going to try and cap it off as much as we can, and I'll do little bits to fix it as we go. I had a different vision in mind today. It didn't really scale the way I thought it was going to. Let's give this lakeside. And we don't need any rotation. Bring it all the way to the edge. I want that little peak. That peak right there will be perfect to poke right through the back. There we go. That'll do. That's not terrible. Hey, what's up, Dirty? Dirty, you've caught me at one of our low streams, but we are kind of pulling it out a little bit. I will say. You gave me VIP. I did give you VIP. Apparently I messed up all of my rolls in the process. But yeah. You're a VIP to me. You're a cool guy. I like you. You did good work. It's so weird looking. Man, something is just wrong here. We messed it up somehow. You know what? I'm going to take the background detail and we're going to lower this down just a little bit. Make it just a little bit moodier. Yeah, this is fine. I'm rethinking everything, but I think this is fine. We're all here just trying our best? Absolutely. That's all there is at the end of the day. How's the work going? Did you that video published with the cave, right? I'm kind of like, what if I just say, oops? Like, what happens? Nothing really changed, which is interesting. Like, actually nothing changed. How did nothing change? What? You know what? It's definitely the shape. I think the color is actually good. The more I'm looking at it, the more I like the color. So let's come back just a little bit. It's going to be a long video, and I still have plenty to animate and render. I rendered the intro, and the next step is animating the first scene of the car, which will be tricky. Fair. I get that. Well, good on you. Good on you for powering through. It's been cool watching you go. I hate to do it like this. I think that's the correct way for me to do this, though. And I think we take this back, we pop you in, we make it a little bit of a lighter gray, and we just move on with our lives. I think that's it. We do that, and then we drop our specular pretty far down. Sheen goes down, you go down. Roughness can come up. It just looks so weird. I think that's as good as I'm going to get that looking. Ba-na-ma-na-na. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Na-na-na-na-na. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Okay, you know what? I think I'm done. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, I mean, it could use some love, but I think I'm done. I was able to help Cup of Joe with the particle system for the Rice or Crispy challenge date. You're the one who did it. Haha. He didn't even mention it. I roasted him on that too. It was really cool helping somebody with Blender. It is interesting, right? To have like an authority all of a sudden. It's like, who put me in charge? It's a weird feeling. I'm done. I'm calling it. We're done here. The deed has been done. All right, let's take a look at stream. I'm going to take a little bit more of a break this weekend, and then I'm going to be back with vengeance starting on Monday. And I'll make a plan and have a little bit more concentration than I do right now. You can make Rice Krispies with 65% sawdust, and most people wouldn't know. That's a yikes. I believe we have to go say hello to our good friend Niche. So I will go spill into Niche's stream real quick. As much as I think a Rat Lord raid is relevant. The great dilemma. Niche or Rat Lord? Let me see if there's a third party. Let's go look at some third parties and see if there's anybody else that deserves a raid. Yeah, like, who am I to give advice like that, being so new, but I'm glad I can catch the final product. Yeah, I mean, it's important to sort of keep your head on a swivel. You're constantly growing and thinking of things, and to hold yourself back from helping other people, I think, is not appropriate. Okay, actually, I see somebody that we have to raid. I'm going to raid another party here. So if you'll join me to go raid this guy, I'm too interested not to see what they're doing. Oh, it's gorgeous. This person's making the most beautiful little, like, beehive I've ever seen. So I'm going to raid them. If you would like to join me and get some free channel points and just say hello and then do whatever you want after that. But we're going to go raid this bad boy and go say hi and see what they're up to. So go show some love. I'll be back on Monday. Thank you for everybody who came today, and I'll see you on the flip side.